Hey everyone, and welcome. Think of this as your ultimate study guide for mental wellness. We're going to break down all the key concepts from your lessons to help you build out your personal mental wellness toolkit. Ready? Let's dive right in. So here's our roadmap. We'll kick things off with Mental Health 101. Then we'll get into some real strategies for bouncing back. After that, we'll explore that wild gut-brain connection, talk about navigating your social world, and then wrap it all up by creating your own personal wellness plan. All right, let's start at the beginning. Section 1, Mental Health 101. Before we can build anything, we need to make sure we've got a solid foundation, right? So let's review those core concepts. First things first, what even is mental health? Well, think of it just like your physical health. It's your overall state of well-being. And the number one thing to remember is that everybody has it. It's not about being happy 24/7. It's really about how you handle all the stuff life throws at you. Okay, this is a really important distinction to lock in. Your mental health is your current state of well-being, and it can be strong one day and a little weaker the next. A mental illness, on the other hand, is a diagnosable medical condition. Having a tough time or struggling with your mental health is totally normal, and it does not automatically mean you have a mental illness. I love this concept of the continuum because it shows just how dynamic our mental health is. You know, some days you're thriving, firing on all cylinders. Other days you're just coping, getting by. And sometimes, you might be struggling. The key takeaway is that we all move up and down this line. It's completely normal. And let's talk about stress for a second. It's just your body's natural fight or flight mode kicking in. But guess what? Not all stress is the enemy. There's eustress, that's the good stuff, like the adrenaline rush before a big game that sharpens your focus. Then there's distress, the kind that feels negative and overwhelming. Learning how to manage that distress is a huge part of mental wellness. Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, Strategies for Bouncing Back. Now that we know what we're dealing with, let's start filling up that toolkit with practical ways to handle it. The first and maybe most important tool is resilience. Now, resilience isn't about being bulletproof or never getting knocked down. It's all about your ability to get back up. It's a skill, kind of like a muscle, that you can actually train and make stronger over time. So how do we build that resilience muscle? With coping strategies, and they generally fall into 4 buckets. You've got physical strategies, like taking deep breaths to calm your body. Emotional, like journaling. Cognitive, which is all about shifting your perspective. And social, which means reaching out to people. The goal is to have a bunch of different tools, because you never know which one you'll need.
And here's the best part. You are not in this alone. Building a solid support system rests on 3 pillars. You've got your internal support. That's you, your own skills. Then there's trusted external support, your people, like friends and family. And finally, professional support, experts like counselors who are trained for this. A strong plan uses all 3. And this just hammers home one of the biggest lessons, doesn't it? Asking for help is not weakness. It is one of the most powerful and courageous things you can do. It means you know yourself and you're strong enough to get the support you need.
All right, shifting gears to something absolutely fascinating. Section 3, the gut-brain connection. This is all about how the food you eat can directly affect your mood. Yeah, some people literally call your gut your second brain. So how does this work? It's pretty incredible. Basically, the good bacteria in your gut break down your food. Then they send messages up this superhighway called the vagus nerve, straight to your brain. And those messages can impact everything from your mood to your focus. It's a direct line of communication. And this example from your lesson just nails it. Think about it. Lunch A, the soda and donut, sends stress signals to your brain, and you guessed it, you crash. But lunch B, with yogurt and walnuts, actually helps out those good gut bacteria, which leads to a more balanced mood and energy. It's a game changer. Okay, let's zoom out from what's going on inside us to the world around us. Section 4 is all about navigating your social world, building trust, and being a good friend to others. So what's the bedrock of any healthy friendship? It's trust. And trust is built on these 4 things. Integrity, they're honest. Reliability, they do what they say they'll do. Loyalty, they've got your back. And empathy, they actually listen. These are the ingredients for a truly supportive friendship. And on the flip side, we have the ultimate trust destroyer, gossip. It just tears everything down. It creates anxiety, it causes hurt. And you gotta remember, if someone is gossiping to you, they're probably gossiping about you too. So what happens when you see something going down, like gossip or bullying? You have a choice. You can be a bystander who sees it but does nothing, or you can be an upstander someone who sees a problem and decides to step up and help. It's all about knowing you have the power to make a positive choice.
And being an upstander is actually pretty simple with this model. Ask, listen, connect. First, just ask them if they're okay. Second, and this is huge, just listen. No judging, no interrupting. And third, and this is the most important part, help connect them to a trusted adult. Your job is to be a friend, not a therapist, and connecting them to real help is the best thing you can do.
And that brings us to our final section, the grand finale, your personal wellness plan. This is where the rubber meets the road, where we take everything we've reviewed and make it work for you. Look, all this knowledge is fantastic, but it's action that creates change. And the absolute best way to turn these ideas into real habits is by creating a plan for yourself using what we call SMART goals. So let's do a quick refresher. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework is pure magic because it takes a vague wish like, I want to feel less stressed, and turns it into a concrete, actionable plan you can actually follow. So as you build your own personal plan, just run through this checklist. Set one SMART goal for your physical well-being, maybe something with food or exercise. Set another one for your emotional or social health. And then, so important, write down your support resources and name at least one trusted adult you know you can talk to. And that's a wrap on our study guide. So I'll just leave you with this final question to get the ball rolling. What is one SMART goal you can set for your wellness this week? Take one small step, start now, you totally got this.